Good morning, viewers. It is now August 8th, 2025, which means it is now my birthday, which also means it is time to get my license plate renewed. So I am now on my way to the DMV to go get that done. Time now to cue the music. I have already ordered myself a birthday present already, but it's not going to be here until next week. I ordered myself a Trabant shirt for the Spy Museum gathering this year, as well as a 4-port USB car charger for the road trip, so that'll definitely come in handy. But we are now arriving at the DMV. Time now to get my plates renewed and spend about $60 doing so. Right, looks like the prices went up a bit this year. Instead of $52.50, it's now $62.75 to renew your registration. You're paying $62 for this tiny little sticker here, essentially. It's pretty dumb. Now, what is interesting is here in the state of Ohio, you can renew your registration for up to 5 years, so I could have renewed it up until 2030. But at the same time, I'm not going to spend $240 on a sticker. That's just crazy. That's just a bunch of nonsense. I'd rather spend my money on a road trip as opposed to spending money on a car. But needs must, and at least the sticker matches my shirt. That went well. There we go. Alright, the plate is now officially back on the car. Good for a whole nother year. Time now to fill up Sadie with some fresh Tesla repellent. And after that, I will do some calculations because I'm curious to see how bad the fuel economy has worsened now that I've strapped a tote to the car's roof. Bear in mind, it went from being a 1990s economy car to a Tesla Cybertruck that is in bad need of some hemorrhoid cream in terms of aerodynamics. I don't see it being that bad because it's been about 245 miles since I last filled up. So I don't see it being that bad, but we shall see. Bear in mind, I've been doing a mixture of both city and highway driving. So I bet you can probably get around 27, maybe 28 miles per gallon, so still not brilliant like it once was, but definitely not as bad as it could be. Alright, let's go fill up. Apparently she only used 5.5 gallons this whole trip of 245 miles. With that big thing on her roof. After driving 245 miles, I would think she would use a lot more gas than she has. It turns out she only used 5.5 gallons, which works out to a staggering 44.4 miles per gallon. How in the hell is this car doing this? Alright viewers, I just left the bank. And keep in mind one of two things here. One thing is, I completely blew my savings driving Summer and myself down to Nashville. But that has since been reimbursed, so we're now back up to $800 saved up for the road trip this fall, and I don't plan on going anywhere until then. And secondly, I am going to be taking the car to go get vacuumed because it really badly needs it. I think the last time I vacuumed it was when I took it to the Saturn National Car Meet almost 3 months ago. I swear I do not have a procrastination issue. I swear I don't. I swear. I promise you I don't. I am still amazed that this car averaged 44 miles per gallon with a freaking tote strapped to its roof. I was just complete and utter amazement. I'm very thankful, don't get me wrong. But honestly, I didn't think it would do as well as that. But I guess for a birthday, everybody expects a surprise. After I came back from Nashville, I took Sadie to go get her tires rotated. And what came as a complete surprise, at least for me, was the simple fact that the car repair experts basically told me that there was absolutely nothing wrong with this car. No loose parts, nothing going bad, nothing squeaking or rattling. It's been fantastic. Though they did tell me that we'll have to replace the rear brakes at least once, at least in the next probably couple of years. I could probably easily get another 45 to 50,000 miles out of them pretty easily. So I have high hopes that this car will make the road trip with absolutely zero fuss. The more I drive this car, the more I realize that General Motors really screwed up by killing off the Saturn brand. Sure, they may have updated this car by replacing it with the Ion in 2003. But to me, it's just not the same after driving this car as far as I have been. This car is a true Saturn by any means necessary. And they had something good going on. They had something great. They had something that could be class-leading, cutting edge. And yet they killed it. If it was up to me, I would bring back the Saturn brand in a heartbeat if I could. Give it a second chance. There is something truly magical about driving an older car whilst listening to older music. A friend of mine once told me that even though time traveling does not exist, this is as close as you're gonna get. We just arrived at the car vacuuming place, so let's get the vacuum out and start sucking up all that nonsense. Alright viewers, let's go get some cleaner from America's version of Poundland, because that stuff, if they still have it on their shelves, is some of the best stuff money can buy. And if you guys are wondering why I didn't even bother washing the car, for one thing, I'm on a bit of a time crunch, and secondly, I know this car is like a toddler to a certain extent. You take off the diaper, wipe him clean, and next thing you know, he pees himself. This thing gets dirty unnecessarily quickly, but that's what I get for driving a car that's made of plastic instead of metal. But what can you do? But that being said though, I do plan on washing it tomorrow. Well, this stuff really is totally awesome. It seemed to do the trick and it smells absolutely wonderful in here. So anyways guys, I'm going to end this video here today. If you liked it, feel free to smash that thumbs up icon and as well as subscribe to McElroy's Motors if you haven't done so already. And I'll see you guys in a future video. Take care.